Welcome back to everyone here in Washington, D.C. Saturday, January 7th.
Shakur, a thoroughbred. A lot of the fighters that's quarter horses, you know, they run right now. But we're gonna run long and strong. And it's just a matter of time.
Best fighter in the world, for real, bro. Boxing. The world.
I was scared of Shakur Stevenson. Everybody's scared of Shakur Stevenson.
The only easy thing in boxing is calling guys out, yet no one says his name.
You know, so, you know, whoever they come up with, we're gonna embrace.
Shakur Stevenson is locked in training, sharpening every detail as he prepares for his return. His focus and discipline are fully dialed in ahead of stepping back into the ring.
Right back with the hook. Get under. Get under. Yep. Double it. Double it.
Shakur's coach, Terence Stevenson, describes coaching him as a coach's dream, praising his discipline and technical ability. He explains that the fighter follows every instruction, often goes beyond what is asked, and makes preparation easy because nothing gets missed in training.
Being a coach is, of course, like a coach's dream, you know. He's technically sound, you know. He's disciplined, he does everything right, you know. All you gotta do is talk gloves and give him water majority of the time. You don't gotta worry about skipping no steps, you know. He gonna follow everything, plus do a little more on his own time, you know. You make a coach job easy.
Shakur Stevenson is pushing himself to the limit alongside Coach Wally Moses, with every sparring session bringing sharp, high-intensity exchanges.
Unless I didn't hear him punch. They're on my way. You just sleep here? And next thing you know, if you wake up, you know, this thing with that was it.
Yeah. Hey, you know, no recording sparring, right?
No problem.
3, 2, 1, work. Good spot.
Shakur's coach Wally Moses describes training camp as sharp and efficient, with full attention locked on the upcoming challenge. He notes that Shakur Stevenson has been working at a high level of intensity in the gym, treating preparation like fight night itself, and adds that his current form shows he is tracking well toward being ready when it counts.
So far, camp is going great, you know, looking at the anticipation of the things that's coming forward. You know, we're not looking past anybody, but, you know, he's been working very hard, and he's been in the gym a very good amount of time, and, you know, I think he's taking this fight just as seriously as he would take any other fight, if not more. So I know for sure that I could say he's going to be ready.
Ronnie Shields notes the intensity rising in camp as Shakur Stevenson sharpens up and continues improving. He adds that Stevenson is not yet at his peak, but is building strong form at the right time heading into his next stage.
It's getting hot. It's getting hot up in here. Oh, he looking pretty good. He ain't at his peak yet, but he's looking good. He coming along.
There is a lot of hype about a Shakur versus Tank fight, and Terence Crawford is also excited for that. Crawford praises Shakur Stevenson for his focus and work ethic, highlighting his talent and mindset as clear indicators of future greatness.
Brother, you know what I'm saying, Shakur, that's the fight. Everybody want to see that. That's the 50-50, I think, you know what I'm saying? I've been saying 50-50. I told both of them that. That's a toss-up to me. No bias. Don't just say that because it's your man. Who you got winning that?
I got Shakur.
Are you saying that because that's your man and you don't like Tank?
No. Hey, like I said, I respect Tank. Like, boxing, he's one of the ones.
Yeah.
we gonna take his personality and personal things out of it. But boxing, he's definitely talented.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And he's definitely got that it. And yeah, he's definitely respected in boxing. But Shakur is a different fighter.
Breaking it down further, Terence Crawford rates Shakur Stevenson as operating on a higher level, brushing off criticism about his style and power. He adds that someone like Gervonta Davis wouldn't be able to find the same openings against Stevenson that he gets in other matchups.
You know, Shakur's different. You know, people may call him boring. People may say he can't punch. But they say the same thing about Floyd. Because they defensive fighters.
Yeah.
Tank is not going to be able to hit Shakur like he hit everybody else. And he know that. He knows that. That's why he's like, he's boring. He's this, he's that. He's trying to diminish everything that Shakur have done.
Andre Rozier also describes Shakur Stevenson as a sharp, highly technical fighter, but still gives the edge to Gervonta Davis because of his fight-ending power. He frames the matchup as skill versus explosiveness, where Stevenson can control the rhythm, but Davis only needs a single clean moment to swing everything. In his eyes, the fight sits on a knife's edge, where one lapse in timing or focus could decide the result.
Well, I tell you like this, Shakur is a talented fighter. Tank, that's like my ride and die. I like guys that get people in trouble and knock them out. So I'm always riding with Tank. It will be a spectacular bout. I mean, you have the age-old puncher versus boxer at its best. Now, if Tank allows Shakur to get ahead too far, then he might not be able to catch up to him. On the flip side of that, if Tank gets in there and Shakur makes a mistake, it only takes one for the lights to be out. So I'm waiting to see it. I want to see it, and I'm looking forward to it. It's another 50-50, but you know, I'm Tank all the way. So I got to ride or die with who I ride or die with, even though I love them both.
Meanwhile, Gervonta Davis sharpens up in training as his return approaches, showing improved movement and cleaner striking. His form looks tight in camp, signaling he is building toward a strong comeback performance once he steps back into the ring. As the hype is increasing, David Benavidez views Gervonta Davis versus Shakur Stevenson as the matchup boxing needs most, pointing to its huge impact on the sport. He adds that if it gets made, it would immediately take over headlines and become the center of attention across the boxing world.
This weekend, I would love to see Shakur and Gervonta. You know, I think Gervonta and anybody in any of the top guys at that weight class is a great fight. Gervonta, Shakur, Gervonta, Teo, Gervonta, Keyshawn. I mean, that 135 to 140 pound weight class is hot right now, you know what I mean? But that would be a great fight. I think probably that would be one of the fights that would be the most anticipated, you know, if they can make happen, Gervonta Davis and Shakur Stevenson. By no means it would be easy for either fighter. You know, we just seen that Shakur Stevens was able to shut a great fighter like Teofimo down and made him look silly. So that would be a great fight, you know, and a big shout out to Shakur Stevens becoming a 4-time division champion. You know, he's on legendary status. He's on his way to be a Hall of Famer too, and he's still very young.
On the other hand, O'Shaquie Foster is calling out Shakur Stevenson for a fight. He has made it clear that he focuses on clearing his current opponent first before immediately calling for a showdown with Shakur Stevenson, aiming to secure a bigger fight right after.
I got a little buddy that I'm gonna get out the way real quick and we'll see, but you know, I really want that Shakur right after this, man.
However, Shakur Stevenson keeps his future plans open, but points out he has handled every opponent so far. The rivalry feels more personal this time, adding extra intensity to what comes next.
No, we'll see in the future. I don't know. I'll beat all these guys up, but that dude right there, I really kind of want to beat him up outside the ring.
Teddy Atlas breaks down the matchup by stressing how styles shape outcomes, pointing to O'Shaquie Foster's all-around skill set that allows him to box, press forward, and fight effectively at multiple ranges. He also underlines Foster's accuracy, noting that his most dangerous work usually comes from long range with crisp, well-timed punches.
Make fights. I think that's part of it. Foster's the kind of guy, he can be a straight-up boxer. He'll look to press. He'll look to go into. He's a well-rounded fighter. He can fight inside, outside, but he has he's predisposed a little bit to fighting well, or maybe better, on the outside, where he throws everything nice. You know, he's a sharpshooter. He throws nice, straight, short punches, concise punches, accurate punches. He's got that kind of style. He doesn't waste anything.
Teddy Atlas breaks down O'Shaquie Foster as a technically polished fighter with strong fundamentals and disciplined execution. He points out Foster's calm approach under pressure, especially in close-range exchanges where he remains selective rather than forcing volume. Atlas also praises his smart mix of punches, using uppercuts, hooks, and body shots with timing and precision.
He's a good, solid, technically, based fighter. Again, everything by the book. Doesn't do anything really where he gets sloppy. He does everything pretty. Even when he gets inside, when he does go inside, he's not throwing a million punches, but he's throwing the right punches. He'll throw the uppercut. He'll try to put a hook with it. He'll go to the body. He'll place shots. He'll throw educated punches.
Meanwhile, Sean Porter explains that the fight at 135 opens the door for a potential future shot at Shakur Stevenson, even outside a natural weight class. He notes the flexibility between 130 and 135, but also points out that sanctioning bodies usually restrict movement between divisions, forcing fighters to commit rather than switch freely.
Yeah, they made the fight a 135-pound fight for a 135-pound championship title. So now Shaq is in line to actually fight Shakur Stevenson, even though he isn't technically a 135-pound fighter. Now
so
he can fight at 130 and fight at 135. He's got options. And in the game right now, where it's like, you get put in this little box and you move when we tell you to move, where we tell you to move, how we tell you to move. Now he's opened up that box a little bit more because he's 135 and 130. So it's good, but at the same time, is he going to be able to exercise 130 and 135? Don't forget this. The sanctioning bodies don't like sitting still. So which one are you fighting at? Are you fighting at 130 or are you fighting at 135?
Greg Hackett recommends a full break for the fighter, suggesting time away to recover physically and mentally. He stresses rebuilding the body and mindset before making any decision about competing at 130 or 135 pounds, adding that physical readiness is the foundation of performance in boxing.
I think Cool Boy should definitely take 6 months and focus on his body, his mind. You know what I mean? His body and mind. Get them, chill, man. Stop, man. Stop. All right, that's your fault. He should take, he crazy, bro. He should take 6 months, focus on his body and his mind. I mean, get himself together. Then figure out what he want to do. I don't know if he should go back down to 26. I don't know how he feel, but that's what I'm saying. He got to get his body together. You know what I'm saying?
At least 30. What about 30?
Yeah, at least 30. You know what I mean? But you got to get your body together. You can't do nothing if the body ain't right, the machine ain't right.
Greg Hackett pushes back on claims that Shakur Stevenson is avoiding O'Shaquie Foster, saying there isn't enough context to make that judgment. He points out that without seeing both fighters directly compete or train against each other, it's unfair to assume anyone is ducking the matchup.
I think Shakur would be really ducking O'Shaquie, but I don't know also. I mean, people listen to me talk and they think everything I say is law sometimes, but it's not. And I'm not trying to put it that way. And when I am, I look y'all in y'all eyes and I say I am. But I don't know that situation between Shakur and O'Shaquie. I don't know how they go because I never been around them together. I don't know. I never seen them box each other. So to say he ducking them, I don't know. But Shakur did say.
Analyzing the matchup, Coach Beardman rates Shakur Stevenson as a far tougher assignment, not viewing his fighter as the favorite in that matchup. He notes that better performances are likely against other 130-pound opponents, while still crediting Stevenson for consistently taking on elite-level challenges.
I don't know if he could beat Shakur, but that's a good challenge. I wouldn't favor him over Shakur. I would favor him over the other guys at 130. I didn't know he was, you know, that was a fight for Shakur. I think he'd probably be a little bit more dominant at 130. Shakur is a different animal, but, you know, I respect him for challenging himself.
Coach Beardman breaks down O'Shaquie Foster as a powerful boxer-puncher whose shots build damage over time rather than ending fights instantly. He explains that Foster is still a real threat and fully capable of winning, but he ultimately views Shakur Stevenson as the higher-level fighter in that matchup.
I think he's very, very physically strong, and he has like them hard hands. Some guys got like explosive hands where they hit you and they put you to sleep. And then some guys got kind of hard hands where they don't have the highest KO percentages, but when they hit you, you feel it and they like beating you up, and they let you know like you don't want to keep taking this all night. I think he has those kind of hands. I looked at Scooter's face and he was like discouraging him. He was like busting him up a little bit. I would not favor O'Shaquie Foster against Shakur, but I'm not going to disrespect O'Shaquie Foster and say he can't win.
Predicting the fight, Beardman leans toward Shakur Stevenson in the matchup, pointing out how difficult it is for a smaller fighter moving up to outbox him. He highlights Stevenson's elite technical ability, making clean boxing exchanges extremely hard to win. He also notes that while O'Shaquie Foster is skilled, matching Stevenson's level in pure boxing presents an entirely different challenge.
I don't know, you know, it's going to be very difficult to be smaller than Shakur and coming up and beating him, because you got to like put like some kind of like just that dense body weight and just physical strength on him to just complete. If it's really hard to outbox him, so you got, you know, O'Shaquie Foster could box his ass off, but I don't know if he could box at the level of being able to outbox Shakur Stevenson.
That's a wrap for today. Drop your thoughts on Shakur's training and Dia's next matchup in the comments. Hit the like button if you enjoyed the video, and subscribe for more high-octane boxing content.